Yo, what is up, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Wangs Chat, the best podcast you've never heard of before. These are your boys. We got our man Varun right here, Alex right here, Ash, aka Sai Sing right there, shooting on the mic as the head viewer right there.
Well,
you know, this is our first podcast, so please leave any improvements or things we could work on in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, boys. First topic of conversation for today. Kareem Hunt investigation. What do you guys got to say about it? Anybody got anything?
we gotta kick it off with the context, right? What happened? What happened? Give it to us.
Alright, so Kareem Hunt. This dude was at a party, and this girl was saying a bunch of shit to his girl, and then Kareem was trying to kick her out, but then the girl started saying racial slurs at him, and then Kareem got a little bit violent and a little bit aggressive towards the girl, and now the Kansas City Chiefs have released him based on these assault investigations, and so now he's in big trouble. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I think both parties are at fault here. You can't just assign the blame to one way or the other. Because obviously what she did was wrong. Like, you can't be doing that. You can't be yelling racial slurs at another person. But at the same time, when you're an NFL player, when you're anybody, you can't just beat up a woman because she's been harassing you or something like that.
You should have been more professional about it, for sure.
Like, with your job, it's kind of more necessary to, like, be aware of what you have to do. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's, like, especially in, like, today's age, you can't fight violence with violence, you know? Like, you can't, like, she can say it, like, she said what she said, but I think he should have been smarter to, like, not react, like, the way he did.
Yeah, I mean, and also, like, in this day and age, if you're, like, an African-American male assaulting, like, a white female, it's going to be, like...
If we're
going to be honest about it, like,
it's going to be
content... Yeah,
especially with media coverage and everything, it's always going to be blown out of the water.
Like that TMZ video that they sent out.
Everyone on Twitter just starts talking about, oh, like, he's a woman beater, he's a woman abuser.
Why was she in his house? Like, what?
No, it was a hotel. Like 3 in the morning. Like
that's where he lived.
Yeah,
he lived during the off-season.
Yeah.
And then wasn't she also being, like physical towards him? Like, she was, like...
No, it wasn't him. I think it was his girlfriend
She
hit
him.
him.
Or her.
She was,
his girlfriend.
She hit her, yeah.
Hitting him or something like that.
No, he was trying to kick her out, and then she just started yelling a bunch of shit at him, and it was like...
Get this, she was 19 years old.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
And I just think, like, just, like, this situation, the precedence that's been set in the NFL with, like, things like this before kind of just led to this. Like, the Ray Rice incident, and then Ezekiel Elliott got suspended or banned for a month, or...
3-4 games, right?
No, it was like 6 games.
6 games?
It was like
yeah.
It was like 6 games.
I think what's crazy about
Yeah.
the whole thing is, like, the whole thing happened back in February, and it's, like, November now. Like, and we didn't know anything about it until yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy how it's been covered up for so long.
Yeah.
No, it was because... Remember the Chiefs let out that statement, and they said that
So
after they saw the video, they realized that what Kareem Hunt said to them was, like, false. So, like,
so he
basically
lied
to the team.
Yeah.
So is that why he got kicked?
That's why he got released,
so
right? Because he lied to the
It's like,
team.
if you... Yeah.
Probably signed some contract before saying, like, he had to be, like, 100 about everything. And he just lied.
So he lied to them, so, like, the Chiefs didn't figure out.
The Chiefs didn't know, and then the video came out, TMZ put it, like, totally out of proportion, and, like, changed the viewpoint on it, and then he didn't really have
I feel like
anything
in that
to say.
case he kind of deserves it. Like,
I mean, yeah, if you
But, like,
lie about it. But, okay, so, like, now we have to think that, like, there's people that aren't being as badly punished for the same thing, and he was provoked in the situation.
Yeah.
So do you think it was okay for the Chiefs to be like... Because now we have to look at his career and be like, is he screwed? Is he gonna...
Will he get signed again?
No,
he's probably gonna get signed
He's, like,
again.
23.
He's pretty young. He's young,
He's
running back.
young, he's good. Someone's gonna pick him up, like, for sure, I think.
I think it's just like a few months to get blown over.
Yeah.
So
It's like a...
you know.
I think
That's
what
the
the
thing,
Chiefs
like,
is like a PR thing, really.
Yeah.
They don't want all the flack that comes along with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chiefs really had no choice but to drop it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they're like screwed in the season too because they have Spencer Ware, so like it's fine. They're gonna be fine otherwise.
yeah.
yeah. But what really concerns me is all those people are like, no, oh my God, now they're not going to get a Super Bowl. Why'd they have to drop it? And it's like, I mean, what happened is bigger than
you can't. Yeah,
it's bigger than a
team
Super
has
Bowl.
to keep up their image.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not even that. It's just the person that did, like, the actions that he took, he has to be held accountable to them.
It's like morals. Like,
Yeah.
that matters more than, like, a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's like a Super Bowl or a fantasy team.
Yeah, and your points on it. Yeah.
But do you think the girl has the right to go out and be say that she was the victim of all this?
No, because if she
Definitely
provoked him
not.
to
So
do it,
screwed
it's
up.
like a whole different situation, right?
Exactly.
And in my opinion, I feel that she was she drunk or something? Or
I don't know. No one knows.
Okay, well,
I
I
mean,
feel
she was
like
19, so she shouldn't have been. But
okay, but I
Mhm.
feel like definitely she went into a situation like that, kind of expecting to be victimized. You know,
Since he's like an NFL
Oh,
player.
He's an NFL player. He's black.
She's
If anything happens to her, she'll automatically place
get
as
the-
a victim.
She's like one of those
Yeah.
people who jumps in front of a car for the insurance.
Yeah, insurance.
Lucky.
I don't know.
I don't
we
agree.
can't. I don't know. We can't make that assumption though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
I
what
don't
people
agree with
have
what
been
he
saying,
did.
though, right? You know, like
I don't agree with what he did, but
It's
I-
just,
it's
no,
just
it's tough to look because you have to look at it from both angles, right?
Yeah.
Like first, you're Kareem Hunt. This girl is first mess with your girlfriend and then starts saying a bunch of racist stuff at you.
and why is she at his hotel
Yeah,
at 3 in the
she's-
morning?
I mean,
What is
we
she
don't
doing?
know.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
may be,
they can both be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could have both been okay with it at the beginning. It's
Maybe,
just after
yeah.
she was being a bitch to his girlfriend and then saying a bunch of racial slurs. Kareem probably was this is very justified in me doing that.
That's why he did it.
Yeah,
He didn't
that's
yeah.
He was okay, I have to do this to get her out of
I
here.
mean, we don't know, but you don't know.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
but just I'm just trying to think from Kareem's point of view.
Yeah,
I don't know, but because he kicked her when she was down on the
ground.
ground,
Yeah.
so I
At
don't
that
know.
point,
But I
aggression-
mean,
at that point,
if-
aggression just takes
Aggression,
over.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like you're
it's
that
like-
angry.
Because he's angry. Because
It's
she's
not-
using
it's-
racial
it's
slurs
not-
and hitting your
something
girlfriend.
You should never do.
If it was your girlfriend,
Yeah.
obviously, you feel attacked if that was happening. She's calling you with racial slurs and things like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. It's just
It's
it's a
just
big
an
situation.
unfortunate situation
Yeah.
both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Another topic. So yesterday, Stoller Middle School had the lockout because some kid in Blue Hall emailed the school and said something about bringing a gun to school. What do you think this has? Because now we're seeing this. We used to think it was high schoolers and a lot of kids that were a lot older, maybe
College,
17
high
to 18,
school, yeah.
that were the ones that were thinking of doing this type of stuff, especially with that issue of gun control. What do you think with this, what viewpoint should it bring to the gun control situation?
I mean, since there's not a lot of media coverage, obviously it's not going to get blown over, but just as a local community, we need to understand that it can become an issue real fast, real soon, right? I mean, guns are there, they're in people's hands, and if it gets in the wrong hands, things can happen. Just gotta find a way to get around that and see if we can, get them off the street out of the wrong person's hand.
I think it puts emphasis on as a community, we don't feel that's we hear about those things happen all the time.
Yeah, we never think it's gonna
You
happen.
never think it's gonna
Because
happen.
we think we're in a safe haven,
Yeah,
right?
you
Like
think,
Bethany.
Bethany is a pretty safe area.
Yeah.
You don't think that stuff will happen here, but I think it puts emphasis on it can happen to anyone, anytime.
Anytime, yeah.
You just have to, I don't know,
What do you guys
Certain
think
things.
the local school should do in response? Should they set up metal detectors? What do you think the next step is outside of just saying this was a bad thing?
I don't know, because the thing is that do we handle it with school side? Do we handle it at that problem where you're just preventing kids from bringing guns to school, or do you look at it at a much at the root
National.
at the root of the problem and look at mental health and kid?
But we don't know the situation right now, right?
I mean, obviously
yeah.
we don't, but there has to be a reason
some,
that he
yeah,
did it.
obviously, yeah.
And there's something that was going on in his head that thought it was okay to say those
Yeah.
type of things in the email.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I feel it's better to prevent it from happening at your school, putting metal detectors, because checking for mental health, it may not always lead to
And you
things
can't
this.
check every kid.
I mean,
Yeah, because it can leave
obviously
a
not-
stigma off the
It's
kid, yeah.
it's a public school too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't,
That's true.
you can't have mandatory mental health checkups and stuff.
But do you think it should be taken at a school level, every single school, or should it be done at a national level?
National.
It's gonna
be
Obviously,
involved-
if it can happen anywhere, then obviously it should be done at national.
But
Yeah.
the national debate's been on about gun control for so long, and literally nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened,
So
yeah. It's
I
just,
feel it's
it
now
has to just
it has
like-
to start.
How many more events do we need for it to spark something to happen? Even though it's people have been trying to
I
do
mean,
things like
I mean,
Stoneman
I think
Douglas, all
I
these
think
shootings.
it just starts at the state government or even local counties and stuff.
I mean, one state has to start their
Yeah.
own thing, or
Yeah,
starting
but
a movement across
California
the
and
Kinda
country.
like
Oregon are
weed
already
legalization.
progressive about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to start
Yeah.
like that pretty much.
yeah.
And just for our viewers, this wasn't just a threat and that was the end of it. The school was placed in lockdown for hours. It was 3
So,
or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the kids were stuck in the classrooms.
Mhm.
They were forced to pee in buckets because they weren't allowed to go outside and use the bathroom. So yeah,
Parents were a mess. Like that whole road outside the school just blocked with cars and
Yeah.
traffic. It just a complete mess in the community, pretty much.
Yeah, so like it really shook up everyone that was
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, school ended at 3:40, and I think some parents were only getting their kids at around 7:00, 7:30.
Yeah.
So it was
And
crazy.
everyone had to like leave their stuff at school. They weren't allowed to touch their lockers. So many kids went home for the weekend without their backpacks, their laptops, things like that.
Yeah, they want to like search that. I don't understand
Yeah.
like what's the reason behind that, like searching
I mean-
every single
at
kid's
this
They,
backpack.
yeah, they kind of have to. Like,
I think just
it makes
just-
sense.
just-
For what? Like,
just to
safety
check if
wise. I
there's
think
something.
just for like state of mind. Like you have to make sure that like,
yeah.
you have to.
And they're
check
probably
it
doing
just
like
so
a full
everyone-
search over the entire
Probably
school.
still go school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look for anything.
It's crazy because one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of our schools, like high schools, have gotten these types of threats before.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
nothing's ever been to the
Done.
scale of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I think there's something else that like
We don't
caused
know.
it that we probably
We
don't
don't
know.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
didn't someone say like someone got handcuffed and like was?
Wow, we
That's
don't know.
something-
Like,
that-
we don't
that was
see-
something that
someone got detained. Like some kid from that school got detained.
No, yeah, I
Like,
think they took a kid in. I'm pretty sure.
So they found the kid. They,
I
like,
think they found
think
the
they
kid
did.
because and there were, but it's just like there's so many things that have happened with our school,
Mm-hmm.
Sunset, about these like threats coming in, but nothing has been on the scale of
It's
this.
it's always been because they found the not to be credible.
Yeah.
But like I don't
Yeah.
know how they went about determining that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think maybe you can go ahead.
Like I feel like, cause it's happened at schools like Westview and Sunset. Like there was one at Sunset a while back.
There's
And it
one
was
in
like-
Westview
It
too
was
last
basically
year.
saying like, oh, like it's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna shoot up the school on this day or something
Yeah.
like that. And like it gives like, it like notifies everyone beforehand that something will happen and someone will report it. But I feel like I don't know the context of when this email got sent out, but I feel like if something this like drastic happened at the school, then obviously it should have been like really recently, cause you know what I'm saying?
Like,
No, I think
Like
I
there's
Yeah,
more
I
times
think
like
so.
it's like we've there's been threats of like school shootings and stuff, and like we haven't gotten school canceled or anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think-
I think I get what you're saying.
like-
They've like had time to figure out whether
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
happening
trying
or
to say.
not.
Like
that's I think one thing that we may not know like is the time of the email sent, and I think that may have been during school.
I thought it was during school. Someone said it was during school.
I think
yeah,
that-
'cause if it's the
Oh.
if
If
it's
it's
during
like
school,
like at 12
they
p.m.
have
like
to
that
shut
email.
it down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they can't.
They don't know what's going on inside. Like
Yeah.
the kid's like sitting in class sending the email, or like in a bathroom with a gun.
Yeah.
You have to shut it down.
you have to shut it down.
So it's
That's crazy.
yeah.
But then like, what's the point of sending the email if you're like we don't like what's the point of someone's
I mean,
like
it's just
doing
a call. I mean,
No one's
the
just-
people do it for attention.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
email was just a call for
Yeah.
attention to themselves.
But we can't say like that either, because you said that way, you don't know. Like it's like a boy crying wolf, right? Like
I mean,
what if like one time the
We
kid
don't
actually
know
has
what
a
the
gun?
motive was. We don't
I mean,
know
we
if it
don't
was
know.
like
yeah, I mean, obviously we don't know, but like in general, like school shootings are done to make a statement. Like what?
Well,
about-
yeah,
of course.
And like that,
Yeah.
this was that person's way of making a statement, and like they got the whole school shut down. With it. So it was a pretty big statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
This is scary stuff, dude.
yeah, and especially you just don't expect it to happen. Like
Yeah.
It can happen anywhere, anytime,
Yeah.
any
And, like,
community.
And especially like in middle school too. Like
That's
it's
just
happening at elementary school, but I think like people that are like 6th, 7th, 8th grade, like they would think of doing stuff like this. That's what's like
That's
crazy. to
crazy.
me.
probably just
and like I don't know what the government's really gonna do about it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like it's in our freaking constitution, the right to bear arms.
yeah,
Like,
they have
it's just
to,
like
I mean-
why? Like who are we
It
defending
made
against?
sense like back then, 1800
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But like
When they had like a small militia, but like when we have like a
I mean,
Like,
trillion
also,
dollar
like,
fucking army.
Right to bear arms. They had like muskets.
yeah,
Yeah,
they-
exactly.
I don't have
Tanks
Like,
they don't
and
have
all-
AR-15.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
here you can get ARs. Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, you like go to
I had to
Walmart.
shoot you
You then
from here.
yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I don't know. That's just weird to me.
yeah, it's just crazy.
But like the question is also like, does it make sense to amend the Constitution? Like,
I mean, if
how
it-
hard is it to do that right now? Like, I feel like it'd be really hard to do
It would
that.
be.
that's
Yeah,
It would be,
that's-
yeah, 'cause
that's the
That's why
issue.
nothing has
That's a
changed for
split,
so long.
yeah.
Yeah.
If there's such a big group of gun supporters and
That-
such a big group of gun like people against it, just like there's always debate all the time.
Like-
Is everyone gonna?
Yeah, and like the NRA is like funding like
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have so
yeah,
much money.
yeah.
so like
And you have to
super
think
PACs
that-
and shit like that.
Like
Yeah.
that sentence in the Constitution, like the right to bear arms, that's like one of our foundations of this country.
Yeah, 'cause the Second
like, to
Amendment,
change-
right?
Yeah.
The
to
second
change
thing that they wrote.
Yeah, you can't start from the bottom of a building.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
Yeah,
Like you can't change the whole foundation like that.
yeah,
but breaking it down piece by piece will take a while because if it's like one of our founding amendments.
Exactly.
It's like hundreds of years of history on it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's gonna take a while, if anything.
But like the thing is, it works in other countries. Like not having guns.
Yeah, Canada,
works.
Canada,
Britain.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't see school shootings from those countries.
Exactly.
It's only America.
But you see other acts of violence in other places too. Instead of
Like knife,
instead of it like in
bombs.
I mean,
UK
knife
and
attack,
stuff,
yeah.
it's knives. It's not guns.
But it's not all the time. It's not like every single month or every single week you're having a school shooting.
Yeah, because it's like there was some stat I read a while back. It was like early January.
It's
already been like this many school shootings.
There's a
like
high
lot.
number
There's
too.
a high amount.
Yeah. There's like more days than more times than days in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. At that point. Considering how many high schools are there too, it's just like scary.
I don't know. I feel like you should all like dealing with the Constitution. I feel like even though it's like that's what our country is built on. I think to bring better change to the country, you have to, like go back to the root of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta advance with the times.
Yeah.
Like without that, you're not gonna progress as a country.
It's like you can't. It's like you can't stay like this close-minded and be like, oh, this is like the way it was back then. Let's keep it going for this many years. Like at some point, you have to progress.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's time to move on to like a
Another
lighter subject.
A lighter subject.
Yeah.
Another subject.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anybody have anything they want to bring up?
What's on the table right now?
I'm a Blueface.
What?
W of the day.
Alright.
Tatiana.
Alright, we got.
Who's Blueface? Who is it?
Who's Blueface?
Yeah.
Ash.
Who's Blueface? I was just saying.
Oh no, Blueface is a rapper, dude.
Yeah, what you gotta say about him?
Yeah, what's your...
He's a next big thing.
Yeah.
He's about to blow up. He's actually gonna blow up. What is he? You guys like a Drake is trying to remix this song.
Yeah, I think Drake DM'd him this week, right? This Monday or something.
Complex
That's so
days.
lit.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
fuck.
crazy. Drake.
bro.
You use voice cracks in your music
Yeah.
and he got
That'd be
Drake.
it.
It's like one of those.
It's his own
rappers
style
that's-
though.
Yeah.
It's like one of those rappers that like they started as a meme, like like 6ix9ine. Everyone
Oh,
saw
yeah.
I
everyone saw
like
the
6ix9ine,
picture
dude.
of him with like 6ix9ine all over his face and like Skittle hair. Everyone's like when like this when you defeat all SoundCloud rappers. this is
Yeah.
He's like he started out as a meme, but like his music goes hard.
It goes hard.
Yeah,
It goes hard.
It goes hard.
Next topic on the table. Music of the week.
This is gonna be a recurring segment we have every week.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the music. Alright, albums, Meek Mill Championships, Drake's song Fuego, Lil Baby Street Gossip, Ski Mask Stokely. That's one I've been waiting for it. That Juice WRLD song Nuketown is a
Fire.
slap.
Banger.
Then Tekashi, the man of the hour.
Okay.
Chubby boy.
It's Treyway.
It's Treyway. Hey,
Hey, you can't say that.
You can't say it. Alright, so what do you have to say about Tekashi and his soul situation going on?
Do you think you could tie a man outside of his musical career to supporting his music, like, with X and everything and Tekashi, like, is that okay to do that?
There's
Yeah.
a distinction. I think like there's a distinction to make between that. Like, I feel like you can support a person's music without supporting what they did.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah, you can for sure separate the two aspects.
But I feel like some people,
I think-
don't agree. They're
Yeah,
like, I can't
but
listen to that
it's-
guy
it's
because he
hypocr-
did that.
It's hypocritical if you don't agree.
I
Cause
feel like
there's
that's just
so
like
many,
naive.
There's so many renowned like famous ass artists that
Yeah.
are like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and shit.
Yeah.
Like he was a pedophile too.
Yeah.
everyone's still moonwalking.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I think but I also just looking at the other view, it's people when they say, oh, you're supporting their music, so it's bad that you're giving them success. You have to, I think I kind of understand what they're saying because
Yeah.
they're saying you're giving them the money and the platform, the platform that they can use to display whatever bad things that they're doing and bring whatever bad things that they're doing to the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So giving them that money and that power is bad in a sense, but I think also just personally speaking, I'm just looking at a person's
But that's
heart.
like such a far length because if you look at like, not just music, you can look at other people too. You can look at actors. You can look at Chick-fil-A for example. Right, a few years ago they had that whole thing with the LGBTQ community and like not supporting them, but you're still eating Chick-fil-A. You're still doing this. Are you gonna cut off eating
I think
Chick-fil-A just because of that? that.
But I mean,
thing.
the thing is, there are some people that did like cut off eating Chick-fil-A, but like the majority of people like
Yeah.
They don't.
they don't care. Like they find their food good, so like they still like go
So
there.
I feel like it should be the same with musical artists too. Like just listen to the music without thinking who the person was. Like music is music. It's art at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think essentially, at this point, it's about what you believe in, and it's kind of like your own.
Yeah.
Your what like you really think supporting them really is. To some people, it's giving them a platform to do these bad things. To us, it's just giving them money for their music. That's plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, and also it's like liking their music is different from like being okay with their actions.
As a person, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference, like, it might be different if in their music they're supporting all these illegal things and all these bad things. Which in some cases, Tekashi, like, in his music, he portrays himself as, like, a gang member doing, like, bad things.
Yeah.
But in the same way, I doubt he's doing all the things that he's saying, and he's just portraying that as a character for the music scene. So I can kind of understand what people are saying in that fuck, I don't even know what I was I lost
What do you think about Meek Mill's album?
I don't know.
Honestly, I haven't listened to it other than the Drake song.
Yeah.
The Drake song is fire.
The other songs were pretty fire.
The Rick Ross, Jay-Z song
was
fire.
I heard
It was like 6 minutes though. I don't know.
I
so
don't
many
like
poetic shit right there.
Dude, long
Rick Ross
music
songs
is
are
not
always long as
Yeah.
fuck. Bro.
long music is not a wave anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's just like
you see mumble rap and new artists. They all
3
have
minutes.
2 minutes, 3 minutes
like
max.
a minute 15.
Yeah.
that's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Stokely because all the songs are hella short.
Yeah. And you see like Lil Mosey album North to Best, like every song is 2 minutes 30 seconds max.
Yeah, max.
Like it's like
And it's just heat. Like
it's
2 minutes
sweet.
30 seconds.
It's short and sweet.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
you
Like,
need.
I don't need 5 minutes of like new
Yeah.
panic.
No, you don't need like an audio book.
Exactly. Like I just want some chill shit that I can listen to in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
that's true.
What new music is coming up this month? Do you know?
I think X's album.
Oh yeah,
X album.
And
Yeah.
Mac, right? Mac's releasing some posthumous shit.
I saw some shit on Twitter.
I think there's something coming out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Limits Part 2.
Bro, I need Eternal Atake to come out.
Yeah, dude.
We don't know, dude. We don't know.
I need that shit.
We don't know. Don Cannon's just sitting
Don
there.
Cannon's a snake.
He's just holding on to it. That's
Yeah.
all.
He's literally like.
You just let the guy release his art.
When is Yandi coming out?
Oh, okay.
That shit was supposed to come out
Okay.
like a year ago.
Yandi.
Kanye's still,
This one,
he's
dude.
still in
Yeah,
Africa
like,
and his
this
little,
dude
you know, that little
Kanye's
bubble
crazy.
thing. He's like,
Dude, his have you seen his
Yeah.
dancing memes?
This dude Kanye is crazy.
He's weird, bro.
He's hella funny.
What was it first? It was like October sometime.
No, it was Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday.
No, before he moved it.
There was
Yeah,
shit
first
before
release.
He's like October, and then Kim Kardashian tweeted, she's like,
Oh,
okay,
Black
guys.
Friday.
Wait till Black Friday. It's
Yeah.
worth it. And
Yeah.
And then he tweeted some shit. He was like, I'm going to Africa.
Yeah, he did this little bubble.
He's like, I'm gonna give these kids Yeezys and I'm gonna work on my music during
But he
that.
did it though. He did it.
Yeah,
It's
he
easy.
did. That's good.
Have you guys
That's
seen
facts.
that he like rented out a 727?
Yeah.
747.
Yeah.
I was like, holy
Everyone
shit.
was shitting on him.
Yeah,
Everyone
an
was
entire
shitting on
740, like a double decker.
Dude, that fucking. I take that shit to India.
Yeah.
What the fuck? This dude uses it to
What was he even using it for? Like,
Just
fly shoe.
Go shit.
no, but like I was like reading something and it was like Kim K saying that she thought it was excessive, but it was for his like creative like inspiration or something.
Oh,
So I was like, wait, what?
yeah.
No, they're
You
like
see that
doing
beef this week?
exercising and shit.
Kanye's beef with Jay-Z this week.
Oh yeah, I
Wait,
saw
no,
the
no, no.
tweets.
No,
It was just all-
It wasn't a
Yeah,
beef.
It wasn't beef. It was just like misunderstanding.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
Yeah, Wash the Throne too.
And then he said, yeah, watch
Yeah.
them too. I'm
Bro, I'm
excited.
so fucking
Yeah.
hyped.
That
That must be
hype.
lit.
Dude, that happens, bro.
There
Oh
are
my
a few
God.
albums Kanye needs to release. All right.
Yandi.
Yandi.
Watch the Throne 2.
Didn't he say some shit like back when in like May or June? He's like, I'm gonna release an album every week or every month. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I'm like,
That's
no,
cap.
there's
That's
no way.
cap.
He released like
Wait.
2 albums in like a month and then he called it quits.
Yeah.
Do y'all think Kanye fell off?
No.
No.
You don't
He
think
I
so?
feel like people don't. I feel like people don't agree.
I don't
He did.
know.
I think as a musical artist.
That's
think
why
he did.
he's been churning up political shit to
Yeah.
keep himself alive.
I
That's
don't-
what I think.
I don't like, honestly, like, Kids See Ghosts, Ye.
I don't like
They
that.
weren't as good as
Yeah, they weren't
his old
like
albums.
as old. Yeah, they weren't
That
as
old
fire.
2007, 2008. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I think him as a person changed too.
Drastic. Not even.
Yeah, he's
changed
I
completely.
just feel
Points
like
of things.
people aren't messing with him for his political views.
Yeah. So see,
And
it's the
now,
same.
like, okay,
it's
like,
the same
honestly,
discussion
like-
again. Can you support a guy based on
Yeah.
his political views? His music.
I mean, clearly that you can. Like people.
But I feel
I
like
mean, no,
political
yeah.
views is different though. I feel like with Tekashi and like X, that's those are bad things. Like you can't be mad at someone for like being a Republican
Yeah.
or like having
But
opinions.
like, there's a
on
certain group of people that will be
political
mad at them, and
His
they'll cut
entire-
off
There
their
will be a
music.
certain-
His
but I
entire
think- I don't
listener
think
base
you
is like most of the like 90. I would say 90% are like Democratic. Like you could like make
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sound.
I would say
It's like when
that-
he
that's
switches
true.
to like those like strong views, like what do you expect to happen? Like
Yeah.
he's gonna get blowback.
Do you think he's gone crazy though, as a person?
No, he's not crazy for being a
Think so?
Republican.
I
No,
don't
no,
think
just
so.
like as a person, just like what he's been doing.
I think it's just
I feel like-
unstable.
yeah.
Yeah, just really like
He's
what is it?
volatile.
Like I don't know. Because didn't he say he was going to rehab or something?
For some,
did, he
For,
did.
some
like,
yeah.
mental health thing.
Yeah,
like,
mental health, yeah.
bipolar. Or
He
something
probably got
like that.
screwed up after like Kim K got robbed or something.
Yeah,
He
that
probably
fucked
felt
him up a
like,
lot.
yeah.
I think his childhood too. He's had a pretty rough childhood
Yeah.
upbringing, so that's probably
And
part
like
of it.
with Kanye, like I feel like it's not just his like political views. His music's changed too. Like it's gotten
Yeah.
more like out there.
Yeah.
Or
It's-
it's
it's
like-
It's
more
got
like
more
artistically
experimental.
creative,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternative.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like musically, I didn't feel like
His-
the What Are the Last Kids See Ghosts. There were a couple good songs.
There were,
Yeah,
yeah.
there were a couple good songs, but like musically, I don't think like those are one of his best.
No,
like,
they're
albums.
definitely
They're
not.
definitely not his
Even
best.
like the
But-
last album, The Life of Pablo, was like that.
That
still
shows-
slaps.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you can
yeah.
still
still
play that
slaps.
now.
Yeah.
But I think I have to respect him in the fact that he's doing a lot of things in his music that other people aren't doing.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
being
he's-
like new and creative.
yeah,
and
yeah, he's
innovative.
pushing himself out there.
Yeah.
He reminded me of like
And I
ASAP
think-
Rocky, the Testing album.
Testing.
Kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
kind of the same vibe.
Yeah.
And I think that once you do that, you're pushing other artists to be out there, and that's when you'll get a new
Mhm.
type of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Which
starting
is, which
away.
is what he did
Yeah.
with the whole 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Using all the
Auto-tune
auto-tune.
singing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that started a whole new wave for like so many years.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like then he might have gotten hate, but now when you look back at it, it's just
Yeah,
like,
it's like-
he created a whole
Yeah.
generation of music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
A whole
you have
decade
to look
of
at the
music.
result.
Creating
out of
so
it.
many songs that wouldn't be there without
Yeah, exactly. That's just crazy how one guy can influence the whole
Yeah,
music scene.
You have to
I
give
mean,
him.
that's
By
Some
the way,
people, some people shit on him,
Yeah.
but some people are just like, he's a go. He's like the best of all
Like,
time.
you just have to give him respect when it's due.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Like he
Yeah.
definitely started a whole new wave. He's probably like one of the most influential people in music
Right.
right now.
Mhm.
So
Do you kind of just deferring from that topic with just thinking about Tekashi and the reason why he's in jail and all of the shit that he's like put up to try and get out on bail? Do you think what like the justice system's doing to him right now is deserved for the charges that he has?
Like what?
I
Okay,
just-
so I saw you had like a racketeering charge. Like what is that like?
But there've been
What did he
cases that
do
he's had
exactly? Like, has that ever been
sexual predator
disclosed? Like
charges too.
no, outside of like the sexual assault stuff that he
Like
did.
racketeering?
Yeah, like what did he do exactly? Like,
No, I don't think anyone knows like the jurisdiction or anything behind it. But
I don't know. I feel like that entire question is dependent on like the specifics of what he did. Like we know what he did for like the sexual predator stuff, but like I think it's still up in the air.
But you also have to think like there are murderers that are getting out on $1 million bail.
Yeah.
Tekashi put up
What's
his
his
whole
bail?
bank account. He never got any bail. He said to the judge, I can put up 1.7 million, this whole entire bank account. I can give up my passport and I can be on house arrest. And still the judge didn't let him
I think it's just
get out on
like,
bail.
I think like the justice system is just trying to make a statement.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
I mean like
But-
they're like because
Statement about
if he like
what?
if they let him out on bail
Yeah.
after he put that stuff up, then it's just like if you got money, you're above the law.
Like what did
that's-
he like out? Okay, so
That's like
sexual
the message that
predation,
he
like
sent.
outside of sexual
Money
predation,
made
like
fame
what did
too,
he do that was
together.
so like okay after like the sexual predator case like finished like and he was like
I mean, he was still on probation.
yeah
after
so
that.
like he did
He must have
racketeering,
violated his
but, like,
probation a few times, I think.
I think he did.
He did, right? There was a few incidents where he did.
I don't know, but at the same time, I feel like the justice system kind of uses someone's image to.
But why would the justice system
Like
need-
you saw the
I
whole
mean, that
like
kinda makes
back
that's
when-
literally unjust because they're doing it based off of his image.
of his,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like back with X when he was still in jail, like he was supposed to have like a hearings on this day, and this day,
They kept moving him.
and they kept moving him because like he would invite all of his fans to jail. They would be in the courthouse, like they would have to shut off the courthouse, but they're like like the judge is basically
You would
like
go.
like fuck you, like you're making a mockery of the entire justice system by inviting all these fans to come witness, right? Which is like, I feel like at that point it's like using someone's image against them.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that should necessarily be the case.
Yeah, I think
It
it
should
has
be
to be blind.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's like rapists and stuff that get out after 6 months
Yeah.
in prison and
Yeah.
stuff.
But you got like
Or
guys like
just don't go to
Tekashi's doing racket.
Yeah,
Not
or,
like,
like-
ignore the other charges of racketeering and the few like what is it?
Like-
now?
I don't know.
Like, I think you have to look at it just based off of the crime.
Yeah.
You
Not
can't
like.
look at their influence as a person.
Would you
on
think
other
in these
people.
cases the attorneys are working with the justice department to like get fame for themselves?
You mean the Tekashi's
Like
attorney?
Takashi's prosecution and like the other side. No, they could. I
You
mean,
mean the defendant and Tekashi's attorney?
no, but the prosecution. Maybe.
Prosecution maybe, yeah, but I mean,
Maybe defendant too. I don't know. You don't know that.
This reminds me of like the debate about like how rappers are promoting gang violence,
Yeah.
and that's like a bad thing. So like the people who prosecuted Meek Mill, they talked about how he was like a danger to the public because of what he said in his music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel like that's
that's
kind
not
of
the case.
yeah, I
it's
know,
not
but
the
like
case, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
man,
they're
as a person.
using his art and like who he is as a person against him when they're comparing like when they're interpreting his crimes, I guess,
Yeah.
like his real crimes. They're not separating the two.
That's not fair, though.
Yeah,
You
so
have
it
to
reminds
separate.
me of like a lot of
It's like-
repeated things.
Yeah.
in the
It's like the
past.
same thing that happened
Yeah.
with Bobby Shmurda too.
Yeah. Free Bobby.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I can't wait till Bobby gets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2020.
Jumps in
Fine,
there.
dude. I don't want no phone recordings anymore.
Yeah.
dude.
I need some real Bobby. But,
About a week ago.
I think just going past these kind of controversial topics, who are some artists y'all are listening to right now?
YNW Melly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys,
Blueface.
Blueface.
We already talked about
Blueface.
Blueface.
And Lil Mosey.
Lil Mosey, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Blueface.
Mosey.
Blueface got that W of the week though for sure.
For sure.
That
W
dude-
the
DM
week.
by Drake.
Yeah, oh my- dude, Drake
His
is putting
career
on.
from here to be here when
Yeah.
that song comes out.
Dude, Drake
The-
put on
it'll-
Lil Baby.
Block
He
Boy.
put on
Block
Block Boy. Like Drake is doing
Block Boy
big
fell
things
off,
with these
though.
new artists.
But this is for the community, right? For his own people.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing.
This rapper and oh man, once Blueface gets that Drake feature,
It's over.
everyone's gonna know.
We were on it
But-
before because of this guy.
Yeah.
Dude, but you have to, like, if you get that kind of feature, it's like your responsibility. Like, you can't just ride that wave forever.
You gotta start.
Yeah.
You have to
developing
start, like,
yourself.
building outside.
And that's what
like,
Lil Baby did.
Like what
Yeah, I was
Block
worried
Boy-
about a little baby. I
But
thought
he
he would
did that,
ride
though.
it, but no, he definitely
With
created
Gunna?
this. Yeah,
Like, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
no,
was
he's good.
Drip
Like-
Harder.
yeah. Drip Harder was.
God.
Yeah,
Like, if I'm being honest, I feel like Block Boy
Yeah.
fell off. Because he was
Well,
putting
he
out,
did.
like,
No, he did.
He did.
like, he was putting out, like, the same repetitive shit.
Yeah.
Just, like,
Yeah,
riding off of his success from, like,
I-
Shoot,
yeah.
Rover, and, like, Look Alive.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he might. I think he has some potential though. He can make some bouncy
Yeah.
music.
He's gotta come
I
back.
think
That's
he's
all.
got
He
nice
can definitely
features.
make another
Let it go.
album.
Yeah.
Let it go's a slap.
Yeah, no, that's because he like didn't wait. Who did he make Let It Go with?
Higher Brothers.
Higher Brothers.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a new sound that added. It made it unique.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Like the 88 Rising Group.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
different.
88
Yeah.
Rising.
I like
They're
them.
different. Yeah.
Joji.
Like,
Joji.
to that-
Joji.
So, like, to that, like, who do you think fell off and, like, pretty recent, like, came on pretty recently that's also fallen off recently, too?
Block Boy. Other than Block Boy.
I feel like Nav is a big one.
yeah.
That
No,
has
dude,
fell off.
Nav just got boring.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean,
It's the
yeah,
same auto tune
yeah.
guy. Like,
That favorite
shut up.
island,
Like, just shut up.
on the bean.
I stopped listening to him after when he dropped Perfect Timing 2, I think.
Yeah.
This when he dropped this song with like Playboy Cardi and stuff.
I didn't listen to the album. I didn't touch it.
Really?
No.
I don't even remember, dude.
Unless I had to, like, it's like Cardi
He's
songs.
just like
things
so
that.
forgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Who's
like
gonna come up
or
though?
just not
Lil
Perfect
Mosey.
Timing, just
Lil
Perfect
Mosey.
Mosey,
Lil
you
Mosey
know,
Mosey.
that Pacific
That's
Northwest vibe.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
coming.
You gotta rep the Northwest.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's only like 16 or something, right?
Yeah, he's 16.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do, dude? If you were like 16
He's
or
popping.
like that'd be insane.
What would
But
you do?
it's
Buy
also, like,
Maserati.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it sustainable too. You know, it's like rappers that pop
Yeah.
off like super early.
Chief
Like
Keef.
Chief Keef is a
Chief
big
Keef,
one.
Yeah.
Chief
Like
Keef.
he's like
Hey, but okay, we can't even talk down on Chief Keef.
Okay,
he's
Yeah,
a
we-
goat.
That man,
Yeah,
he's
talk
a
about
goat.
That man created the trap.
Yeah,
game,
he
dude.
did.
Like, goddamn.
Shout out Chief Keef.
Yeah. Young
He's
guy.
coming back with Maddox. That song,
Yeah,
Jet
dude,
Lag.
Jet
Yeah.
Lag.
Dogs.
I mean, he's had fire features on
Yeah.
Cardi's album.
Yeah.
Mileage was fire.
Mileage.
the spreader too.
Alright.
But I need that old Chief Keef. But that
Yeah.
16-year-old Chief
Finito.
Keef.
But I mean,
Trap.
but I don't think drill rap's in anymore.
It's not.
It's not.
I could listen to them. I don't know. The little kids like younger than me could. I could listen to them.
But like, drill rap like Bobby Shmurda. I'm just wondering, like, once they get out,
What are they gonna
What
do?
It'll just be
It'll be
our
like
age group, you know,
yeah.
above us.
Yeah.
The guys underneath us listen to
Yeah.
Kashi.
It's
That's
like
their
Little
go.
Pump and stuff.
Lil
Lil Pump.
I don't
I
like
hate
Lil Pump anymore, dude.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
feel
boring
like
ass
he got
music.
Such a
no,
bum.
not even that.
It got
I feel like
repetitive.
everyone hopped on and made it.
He
mad.
fell off then. He fell off for sure.
Oh,
Lil
yeah.
Pump definitely fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do y'all think of Smoke jacking other people's flows? And
Who do you
Yeah,
jack?
Nephew, they
Playboy
jacked-
Cardi was
Yeah.
a big one that he jacked. There was like a whole snippet of him. You know the song R.I.P. Fredo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He jacked his
Yeah.
whole style off
Really?
of that song.
It was
Like,
so dumb, dude.
it was in another snippet that he
So
dropped.
dumb.
It was like
That just solidifies that Cardi's a goat.
Yeah. He also like jacked the beat for Nephew, right?
yeah, he
Some-
did.
I forgot who
he
it
did the
was.
whole flow from
Yeah.
Valet, I think.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like the song called Womp Womp.
Yeah.
Like it's
Womp,
the
womp.
same cadence, same everything.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't like that song. Nephew, I don't like it.
Nephew,
I like
yeah.
Womp
I like
Womp.
Nephew.
I don't like Nephew.
Alright.
Alright, that's it for your first episode on Wangs Chat. We'll see you back here soon. If you guys have any ideas or questions to ask us, just comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit
Yeah.
that like button. Let's get it, baby.
Peace.
Wangs
Go.
chat, Wangs chat.